Hey out there, internet land. It's Missy and Wade again, still traveling back from the Arnold. We've had a few questions, rather Wade has, about the decline routine, why we do it, and how he programs it. So I'm going to let him take it away.
The second day that we bench, Mondays, like almost everybody in the whole wide world, we bench press. And then we have a 72-hour window that we recover. And years ago, I would do a speed bench, a la West Side. And for some reason, it just wasn't working for me. And that's how I met Bob Schaefer. Bob Schaefer and I wrote for the same magazine, and he introduced me to the decline press. Now, instead of taking a long time to go into the history of that, the whole principle behind that is it would allow us to train heavy twice a week, and by nature of the decline angle, it would take a majority of the shoulder away from the press. Now, it's still involved, but you don't have the same stresses that you would with a flat bench. And there are people that have trained flat bench. Our own Jennifer Milliken has trained flat bench twice a week with some success, but not without having some issues. So it's one of those things we had to find a happy medium that would allow us to train heavy twice a week and alleviate some pressure on the shoulder. Now, the angle on the decline bench that we use is a lot steeper than a fixed bodybuilding type. So it brings into play more the lats and the upper back, teaching you to press in that manner. And we use a close grip, so that puts the triceps as one of the primary movers, but it's a compound movement instead of a lot of isolation movements. Now, that's going to sound like I'm against doing a lot of assistance, and that's not so. But what I have found, at least for me, in the way that I teach, for me to have been in the game as long as I have, I've had to make sure that it's a risk versus reward thing. And it also suits my personality. I'm not a fan of speed work for me personally. So it really fit me, in my personality, the way that I like to train, to be able to have that second heavy day. And what we found is, like, when we would do a lot of triceps isolation, it would just beat us up. And even with the flat bench, with speed, if we went a few weeks without accommodating resistance, it just beat my shoulders up. And I recovered better, and I got stronger. My overhead got stronger simply from the pressing movement using the decline. And so there's nothing special other than, instead of it being an assistance movement, we use it as a primary movement for our second bench press day. So hopefully that answers the question as to, why and how. We can certainly go more in depth, but hopefully with this will spark some debate and some conversation, and hopefully we can generate some more questions by doing this and create some more education on what we do. So, to review, flat bench on Monday, decline Thursday 72 hours later, and it is the primary movement. It's at a steeper angle than a fixed decline, and we do it to eliminate pressure on the shoulder, handle heavier weights, and to use the triceps as a primary mover and the lats and upper back while we're pressing, and that way it eliminates training triceps with single joint movements. So hopefully that answers your questions.
Team Ogre, over and out.